And hello, I'm Alan Proethus from Capstone Partners, and today we're here with Christine Fraser from Sensoterra.
Hi,
So
great
welcome.
to be here. Thank you.
So
Thank
you get an award because you brought interesting things
Thank
to
you.
show and tell here today.
Yep, we've brought our sensors. So this is our soil moisture sensor
Wow.
that we put in the ground. At Sensoterra, it's all about soil moisture measurements. So understanding when a crop really needs water. Just giving crop water at the right time is the easiest way just to grow more on the same land.
Well, that's
And
for
that's
sure.
what we're all about.
And especially because water is becoming more and more expensive.
Absolutely.
So being able to actually just produce the water, to give the water to the crops when you need to, where you need to, is more and more important. And then you have this rather impressive looking device here.
Yeah.
So tell us about this.
We call this our multi-depth. So this is our single depth sensor, which measures at a single depth.
Okay.
This new one is our multi-depth sensor that we're showing here at TTN for the first time. And this measures 6 different depths at the same time.
Okay, we see the sensors on here, yeah.
And then sends that as a single data package with the 6 different measurements. So different crops have got different active root zones, and you need to know what's going on at that active root zone. For some crops, that's really shallow, that's easy. It's in grass or lettuce or strawberries. With a multi-depth, you're looking at something that's more like corn or rice or potatoes, where you're wanting to understand the different depths over the lifetime of that plant.
Now, is it usable with tree crops of any type?
Yep, absolutely. So we've got use cases where we use both sensors actually for a number of different crops, from hops through to almond orchards. We've got one of those in California. We've got hops in Canada. We've got flower bulbs in the Netherlands, of course.
Well, of course.
As well as greenhouse, tomatoes, cucumbers, also flowers. A number of different crops.
So it's indoor and outdoor agriculture.
Absolutely, and it's also landscaping. So you can actually also bury these under the grass, and it will still transmit. So actually you come here in the Netherlands in the Museumplein, the Museum Square, and they're actually under the grass in most of the cities of the Netherlands, and the landscaper of the city knows when to maintain that and keep the city green.
Very impressive. I know you hardly get any rain here, so it's it's very important. But how long does the battery last for something like this? What's the frequency of the sampling of measuring the amount of moisture in the soil?
So we've been working with Laura for a couple of years, so we've refined this over a number of years. The lifetime of the sensor is about 3 years based on a once-an-hour measurement and package send. We also have our sensors that we've optimized their life by having 3 different modes. So we have a sleep or a factory mode for when it's in storage, or and sometimes over winter it's in storage mode. And then we have an activate ready to join mode, where it is then trying to join on the different frequency channels. And then we have a standard operating mode where it takes a measurement and sends it once an hour.
Well, that's impressive. I noticed with this rather large multi-sensor, it actually has a heavy metal top where you can actually take a hammer to this and nail it into the ground.
Absolutely. It's all about ease of installation. These are farm tough. So these aren't fragile bits of kit that fall apart. You literally hammer it. You can take this. It's that tough.
Excellent. So we can't take this in airplanes, though, because it's so durable. But no, it's very impressive, because I think that was actually a big part of the problem of IoT up until recently.
Absolutely.
Is that a lot of people would make devices, but they were not commercial, industrial-grade devices.
Yeah.
I would call them more hobbies. And the second you actually try to use them, they literally would fall apart under use because they just weren't constructed like this.
Yeah, so for us it's all about design, and actually making something really simple and easy to use is actually very clever engineering. So there's a lot of really good technology in this, but it's actually simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. Less is more. And this is all about quick installation, make it a simple measurement. We do additional value add in the cloud, and this is also designed for ease of integration. So on the back end, the device management, and everything's designed for scale. So we've made thousands and thousands of these with millions and millions of data points now over the last couple of years. We hold stock in Europe of the European frequency, we hold stock in the US of the US frequencies, and we have partners in Australia holding stock there of Asia and Australia.
Well, wonderful. And then this is clearly a LoRa device.
Yeah.
And so then how do you address the topic of network coverage. How do you either provide network coverage or partner for network coverage, depending where you deploy this device?
So I think they say now that there's about 125 LoRa network providers globally. We have accounts with about 25 to 30 at the moment. Some are what we call global, so something like a Senet or a TTN, and we actually use TTN in all of our warehouses and our factory. Then we also have national providers, like here in the Netherlands, you have KPN, who have a nationwide coverage. You've also got Swisscom in Switzerland, and we've got partners in Finland, Denmark, etc., etc. And we have provisioning accounts with all of those. So you can buy our sensors, scan it, we provision the back end for you, and these will work straight out the box.
I love to hear scan instead of enter.
And then on the, if you have a private network, say, or you have your own closed loop LoRa network, we can also do that, where we can then do that through the API, push and pull, and we can also do that through back-end provisioning or external provisioning.
Well, that's fantastic. So but you basically try to take all the pain points out and get to the business of getting the data that helps the end farmer.
Yeah, and the farmer, it's their data. They use it in the way they want to. So that if they want to use our app, log on to our website, they can do it. They can look at the different graphs, understand it, change the calibration. If they would rather plug it into a larger data management platform, that's also easy peasy to do.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, Christine, thank you very much for joining us today and for
Thank
bringing
you.
such great new devices.
Yeah, pleasure.
Thanks.